Hey everybody, welcome to Reading the Bible to Cats. I made an entire video about 30 minutes long and I was really proud of it. It was on 2 Samuel chapter 2 and I had, I don't know, anyway, I, I, I decided to listen to a bit before I posted it and there was no sound. So I'm like really bummed. But now it's like, yeah, now I'm like, okay. I don't think I can read 2 Samuel again tonight. So I'm going to post something else. I'm going to look for something else to read and then we will do 2 Samuel probably over the weekend. Um, and now let me find out from the internet what I should read. What can I read? Oh no. Oh, how about a psalm? Psalm 91, maybe? Yeah, I'll read Psalm 91. That's always a beautiful psalm. And the KJV, that's so poetic. Okay, so let's read that. He that dwelleth. Sorry, everybody, let me start over. Take 2. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. Okay, everyone, that's Psalm 91. So that's a beautiful psalm. Yeah. Let's see if there's a little commentary on Psalm 91 somewhere. Oh, I guess this website doesn't have commentaries. Let's see. Psalm 91 commentary. Oh, Matthew Henry. Let's see what Matthew Henry says. Ooh, that's a long commentary. Um, hmm. Well, I'll read a little bit of Matthew Henry's commentary on Psalm 91. Matthew Henry is in heaven now. He's from ages ago, everyone. Okay, some of the ancients were of opinion that Moses was the penman, not only of the foregoing psalm, which is expressly said to be his, but also of the 8 that next follow it. But that cannot be, for Psalm 95 is expressly said to be penned by David, and long after Moses. Hebrews 4, verse 7. Oh, I guess sorry, everybody, that is I was speaking. I guess it's Hebrews 4 7 cites David as the author. It is probable that this psalm also was penned by David. It is a writ of protection for all true believers, not in the name of King David or under his broad seal. He needed it himself, especially if the psalm was penned, as some conjecture it was, at the time of the pestilence, which was sent for his numbering the people, but in the name of the King of kings and under the broad seal of heaven. Observe the psalmist's own resolution to take God for his keeper, verse 2, from which he gives both direction and encouragement to others, verse 9. The promises which are made in God's name to all those that do so in sincerity. 1. They shall be taken under the peculiar care of heaven, verses 1 and 4. They shall be delivered from the malice of the powers of darkness, verses 3, 5, 6, and that by a distinguishing preservation, verses 7 and 8. They shall be the charge of the holy angels, verses 10 through 12. They shall triumph over their enemies, verse 13. They shall be the special favorites of God Himself, verses 14 through 16. In singing this, we must shelter ourselves under and then solace ourselves in the divine protection. Many think that to Christ as mediator, these promises do primarily belong, Isaiah 49, verse 2, not because to him the devil applied one of these promises, Matthew 4, verse 6, but because to him they are very applicable, and coming through him, they are more sweet and sure to all believers. Psalm 91, verses 1 through 8. In these verses, we have a great truth laid down in general that all those, sorry, everybody, I was just checking the microphone to make sure it was still working. Okay, a great truth laid down in general that all those who live a life of communion with God are constantly safe under His protection and may therefore preserve a holy serenity and security of mind at all times. Verse 1. He that dwells, that sits down in the secret place of the Most High, shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. He that by faith chooses God for his guardian shall find all that in him which he needs or can desire. Note, it is the character of a true believer that he dwells in the secret place of the Most High. He is at home in God, returns to God, and reposes in Him as his rest. He acquaints himself with inward religion and makes heart work of the service of God, worships within the veil, and loves to be alone with God to converse with Him in solitude. It is the privilege and comfort of those that do so that they abide under the shadow of the Almighty. He shelters them and comes between them and everything that would annoy them, whether storms or sunshine. They shall not only have an admittance, but a residence under God's protection. He will be their rest and refuge forever. The psalmist's comfortable application of this to himself. Verse 2, I will say of the Lord, whatever others say of him, he is my refuge. I choose him as such and confide in him. Others make idols their refuge, but I will say of Yahweh, the true and living God, he is my refuge. Any other is a refuge of lies. He is a refuge that will not fail me, for he is my fortress and stronghold. Idolaters called their idols Mahauzim. I don't know, everybody, I can't pronounce that word. Their most stronghold. Daniel 11, verse 39. But therein they deceive themselves. Those only secure themselves that make the Lord their God their fortress, there being no reason to question his sufficiency. Fitly does it follow, in him will I trust. If Yahweh be our God, our refuge, and our fortress, what can we desire which we may not be sure to find in him? He is neither fickle nor false, neither weak nor mortal. He is God and not man, and therefore there is no danger of being disappointed in him. We know whom we have trusted. Okay, everybody, I'm looking. This is a long commentary. But I guess I could keep reading. The great encouragement he gives to others to do likewise, not only from his own experience of the comfort of it, for in that there might possibly be a fallacy, but from the truth of God's promise, in which there neither is nor can be any deceit. Surely he shall deliver thee. Those who have themselves found the comfort of making God their refuge cannot but desire that others may do so. Now, here it is promised that believers shall be kept from those mischiefs which they are in imminent danger of, and which would be fatal to them. Verse 3, from the snare of the fowler, which is laid unseen and catches the unwary prey on a sudden, and from the noisome pestilence, which seizes men unawares, and against which there is no guard. This promise protects the natural life, and is often fulfilled in our preservation from those dangers which are very threatening and very near, while yet we ourselves are not apprehensive of them any more than the bird is of the snare of the fowler. We owe it, more than we are sensible, to the care of the divine providence that we have been kept from infectious diseases and out of the hands of the wicked and unreasonable. The spiritual life, which is protected by divine grace from the temptations of Satan, which are as the snares of the fowler, and from the contagion of sin, which is the noisome pestilence, he that has given grace to the glory of the soul will create a defense upon all that glory. That God himself will be their protector, those must needs be safe who have him for their keeper, and successful for whom he undertakes. He shall cover thee, shall keep thee secret, and so keep thee safe. God protects believers with the greatest tenderness and affection, which is intimated in that he shall cover thee with his feathers under his wings, which alludes to the hen gathering her chickens under her wings. Matthew 23:37. By natural instinct, she not only protects them, but calls them under that protection when she sees them in danger, not only keeps them safe, but cherishes them and keeps them warm. To this the great God is pleased to compare his care of his people who are helpless as the chickens, and easily made a prey of, but are invited to trust under the shadow of the wings of the divine promise and providence, which is the periphrasis of a proselyte to the true religion, that he has come to trust under the wings of the God of Israel. Ruth chapter 2, verse 12. With the greatest power and efficacy, wings and feathers, though spread with the greatest tenderness, are yet weak and easily broken through, and therefore it is added, His truth shall be thy shield and buckler, a strong defense. God is willing to guard his people as the hen is to guard the chickens, and as able as a man of war in armor, that he will not only keep them from evil, but from the fear of evil. Verses 5 and 6. Here is great danger supposed. The mention of it is enough to frighten us. Night and day we lie exposed, and those that are apt to be timorous will in neither period think themselves safe. When we are retired into our chambers, our beds, and have made all as safe as we can about us, yet there is terror by night from thieves and robbers, winds and storms. Oh, sorry, everybody. Guster just jumped on the bed with his laser toy. And I just don't want him to knock the camera over. Um, Guster, can you wait till I finish reading? And then we can play with your laser? Thank you. He understood what I was saying. Okay, so where was I? Oh. Yet there is terror by night from thieves and robbers, winds and storms, besides those things that are the creatures of fancy and imagination, which are often most frightful of all. We read of fear in the night. There is also a pestilence that walketh in darkness, as that was which slew the firstborn of the Egyptians and the army of the Assyrians. No locks, no bars can shut out diseases, while we carry about with us in our bodies the seeds of them. But surely in the daytime, when we can look about us, we are not so much in danger. Yes, there is an arrow that flieth by day too, and yet flies unseen. There is a destruction that wasteth at high noon, when we are awake and have all our friends about us. Even then we cannot secure ourselves, nor can they secure us. It was in the daytime that that pestilence wasted, which was sent to chastise David for numbering the people, on occasion of which some think the psalm was penned. But here is a great security promised to believers in the midst of this danger. Thou shalt not be afraid. God, by his grace, will keep thee from disquieting, distrustful fear, that fear which hath torment in the midst of the greatest dangers. Wisdom shall keep thee from being causelessly afraid, and faith shall keep thee from being inordinately afraid. Thou shalt not be afraid of the arrow. Sorry, everybody. Augusta is like intent on knocking the camera down because he really wants to play with this laser. Okay, I think he's settling down. Okay, I just wanted to finish this. Okay, where was I? Yeah, wisdom shall keep thee from being. Oh, and by the way, it's like very archaic English, so um, if you're not a native English speaker and you're listening to this, it might be difficult to understand because it's kind of, it's archaic. It's dated. It's from another time. English from another time. Okay, where was I? Wisdom shall keep thee from being causelessly afraid, and faith shall keep thee from being inordinately afraid. Thou shalt not be afraid of the arrow, as knowing that though it may hit thee, it cannot hurt thee. If it take away the natural life, yet it shall be so far from doing any prejudice to the spiritual life that it shall be its perfection. A believer needs not fear, and therefore should not fear any arrow, because the point is off, the poison is out. O death, where is thy sting? It is also under divine direction, and will hit where God appoints and not otherwise. Every bullet has its commission. whatever is done, our Heavenly Father's will is done, and we have no reason to be afraid of that. Okay, everybody, my voice is getting tired. Let's see how much more there is of this. I might have to refer you to this so that you can read it. It's good though, the commentary. But let me refer you to it. It's I'm reading online from the Blue Letter Bible, and you can do a search for commentaries. Just search for Matthew Henry commentary on Psalms 91, on Psalm 91, and you'll find it, and you can read the whole thing. They have all kinds of commentaries. They have commentaries from Spurgeon, who's another one, and yeah. Oh, we'll just leave it there away because I'm getting tired. Okay. Well, Lord, thank you for this beautiful psalm that was penned by, I guess, David. And some people think Moses, but I pray for my YouTube friends that they would take comfort in this psalm and that I would do so as well. That we could know that our souls are protected in you and that we can find refuge under the shadow of your wings, that you're looking out for us, for our souls. I pray, Lord, always for the peace of Jerusalem and the protection of Israel, and for anybody hurting or any animal hurting in any war torn region of the world, of the globe. Pray for your people, that you comfort your people, Lord. And I pray all this in Yeshua HaMashiach's name, in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen, everybody. Okay, I'm going to go to. Well, now he's being cute and I don't want to turn the camera off. Well, that's cute. We can't turn the camera off while Henry is practicing his bedtime hygiene. It's too cute. You can't miss this. Can't turn the camera off now because it's too adorable. But I guess I could just ramble for a while. Oh, look, he's really cleaning his nails. Wow. Wow, he's really intent upon cleaning that one claw. I've never seen him quite so dedicated. I wonder if he's trying to clip his claws. Wait, he doesn't have claws. What am I saying? He doesn't have front claws. Never mind. I guess he's cleaning his toe beans. Yeah, this was that before. Oh, excuse us. His he was long ago declawed. I didn't declaw him, but the kitties were that was done a long time ago. Anyway, I know that's outlawed in a lot of areas, but I didn't declaw 'em, everybody. I think they came that way. But let's just watch him clean himself. That's cute, isn't it? Let's see, okay, I guess he's going now. All right, so now we can turn off the camera since he turned his back to us. All right, everybody, I'll talk to you later. Bye.